Okay, let's combine some basics we learned so far and combine it with LIT timings. So let's see how that will go. What we will take, we take the 4th of April, okay, and we will combine now what you should understand by a now and how we can use it for our advantage. Okay, so as we covered like a lot of times already, you should identify this build up in here, and you already can see, okay, these 2 points are in the build up if you draw it up correctly, right? As you can see, you have to take this clean build up line, right, and then just mirror it upwards. So it's like a nice parallel channel, and then it should be perfectly in there. That also helps you to identify if the buildup is induced and not. The general rule is, if you have to, whatever, really hard to try to think of the channel as being induced, it's probably not being induced. Okay, but now obviously you can clearly see poof, this inducement, and again with this huge vector candle induced the channel to the high side. Also, again, we're already out of Asia range high. And what a surprise, it is only London open, just 10 minutes off. So almost to the minute. So perfect. And again, our ideal scenario is anyways, if they induce low first to go even higher. Again, breakout reversal traders again see these things and they see like it's a change of character or whatever. It's not. Right, so it's just in the build-up, and we wait for obviously our compass with timing also to confirm the whole cycle. Perfect. Okay, so anything good here? So what's the next thing you should wait for? Now you have it. Okay, so again, if you clearly see now the cycle is being induced, or the channel is being induced, you have a breakout of Asia. We have our timing confluence. Perfect. So we have our inducement with vector candles. Awesome. We wait for now valid breakout structure. So this is the push from here to here that led into the inducement. Okay. So if this push is getting broken, which it did here, perfect. Right. Then we can mark up again a build up, check. Right. Then an inducement and out of Asia range, and obviously even the channel being induced, right? So check. Then we have our timing, check. Now we have our breakout structure, check. What's the next thing we have to do? Mitigation zone, check. Okay, boom, mitigation zone. So what do we wait for? Oh, here's the imbalance getting filled. Imbalance fill, whatever, imbalance fill, check. That's already a potential juicy area. Right, guess what's next? Obviously the main breakout structure. Again, is the bigger picture. This push all the way leads in here. So again, you have the internal breakout structures that led in here. If you want to make it more whatever later, that's also fine. But then again, it's just order flow entry. So mark up the next order flow, imbalance zone, also apply demand candles, right? Getting tapped in, check. Okay, order flow entry going on further down, awesome, right? So guess what? New imbalance zone, order flow, we already checked it, right? Next imbalance zone, boom, getting filled. What a surprise! And then move slower. What's your next target? Liquidity target. Check. Asia low being hit. Right. Okay. Interesting. And then guess what? Again, don't worry about trading it for now. You will dig into how to trade it. So just understand the bigger picture. Right. Then guess what? We use timing again. Liquidity target. Timing. Check. What is the timing? Magic manipulation minutes 2. Before that one even, again, we have in here also timing, check in here again. So you see how many check marks you make. It's insane, right? The next timing, induced out of it, of course. right? So guess what? We can even refine it now to a lower time. And then I have to remove all my check marks. So we now know this is the inducement. We have our vector candles, we have our timing, we have our overcycle being induced, liquidity target equal lows being induced. Perfect. Boom. Okay. So guess what? If this is the inducement, again, this is in here. This is just the M5. Now we refine it to the M1. What do we see? Again, the same thing we technically could have done this in here as well, but now we just do it down there, right? So what do we see in here? If this is the M1 inducement, where's the mitigation or where's the imbalances? From here to here. That's the imbalances. So that is your inducement POI, right? So guess what they do? Building equal lows right above it. Boom. Tapping it into it, inducing the equal lows, filling the imbalances. When do they do it? Timing to the absolute minute, New York Open. Okay, so what can we do? Boom, imbalance, mitigation, supply demand, candle, liquidity also drawn up. So guess what? This is the zone we refined on the 1 minute. That's how you use multiple time frames to refine it later on. It's the same stuff though. The build up, imbalance, into mitigation, into timing, and this is already the inducement of Asia low, which also was a timing confirmed trade, right? With magic manipulations too, right? Perfect. So guess what? Choop. Tapped into the extreme mitigation, choops out of it. What's the other thing we do? 5 minute. Again, this is the push that led to the new low of the inducement. That's getting broken now. So what's that? Technically, your valid break of structure. What's this? Imbalances. Okay. That's your supply demand candle. After break of structure, after an inducement, after timing confirmed. This one with New York Open. What's our next timing window? New York trap. Okay. So guess what? Do the same thing again. So we refined this zone on the M1 already. Again, this is this one. We did that. Perfect. Now we do the same thing. Again, you see how big the M5 zone is. All right. So guess what? We refine this zone, this huge candle in here. We refine it on the M1 to make it look like this. All right. So we used this candle, like the supply demand candle, the extreme one, but still we have to take the lowest wick to be on the safe side. All right. So guess what's the next timing window? New York trap showed with this box. So guess what they do? Showing the channel to the downside after break of structure, after an inducement, after building up liquidity here, after this has been confirmed with timing, after this is confirmed with timing, build up into inducement, into mitigation, backed up by timing into our refined entry zone to the absolute speckle, fills it, right? So guess what? Choop. What? Right. So of course you aim for an next liquidity area if there's 1, 2, 3 tops to the high side, right? And guess what? Grabs liquidity. What's the next timing? Inducement. Break of structure. Where's your imbalances? What's the timing? London close, induced something in here and should mitigate something in here now. Boom. Taps into the mitigation. And off it is. Timing, confirmed, everything, buildup is confirmed, and that's how you use it. LIT basics in combination with timing, already insane. And you already probably can figure out of how you will trade that later. And guess what? There's even more confluences we can use, but already this is absolutely insane. If just think about how you were 3 weeks ago, and that is week 2. And you literally understand everything in terms of what's going on inside these pushes, how they're building up liquidity, how they take it out, how they mitigate, how they use timing, and how they overall complete the cycles in freaking insane. And that's just one of the cycle variations. Of course, there's multiple stuff we have to add in on top of that. But if you have the basic normal starter kit cycle, that's exactly how you can later on trade it in freaking insane.